do the blocks go like that. That's just a marker. But the grave is underneath that. The child died.
That was good.
And we were actually standing back over there by that big old log. I don't know if you guys went over there. I was standing there the first year they were doing dowsing rods and EVPs and things like that over in that area, and the little kid started tugging on my hoodie. And it kind of freaked me out, and I darted out because it was my first time. I wasn't used to this stuff yet. But
So we do also believe that we have a couple of children's spirits. Someone at the camp out last year to get an EVP kind of over here in the woods of a little girl, and you can hear them talking in the background, and the little girl goes, "Hi."
Supposedly there's a mist that floats around down there, a floating mist. There's orbs. There's EVPs that people have heard down there. Earlier we saw a light up in the window that we have no idea why there would be a light there. There's no logical reason. There's no electricity in the house. So we have no idea what that was about.
Digital recorder for EVPs.
Got something straight. Throw me this platform.
This way or the other? The long way.
Yeah, the short way.
Set Corey's DVR up for the candles.
Now,
See what happens.
see, we got a pretty steady flame going. Mr. McPike brought some folks down here to see it. Sharon will be back down. Now, Mr. McPike is very attached to Sharon. Not so fond of me, or guys, generally he likes the ladies. So actually Sue usually has better luck than I do. So a little bit of a balance there on the flame. So Sue, why don't you, or some of you ladies asking questions or asking any kind of questions you want actually, and see what kind of response we get. Mr. McPike, you with us tonight? Good girl. I can't tell.
It's pretty steady.
Yeah.
Do you
Sometimes
mind
the
us
girls
being
will
here?
wave.
Mr. McPike, could you move the candle flame for us tonight to show us that you're here? We have actually had it where it moves up and down like that.
Yeah.
And then and then it'll stop completely. And then other questions, it'll go back and forth. One time we asked him if he could blow the flame out, and the flame leaned all the way over. It was really cool.
But, I think part of it is too, is he kind of thinks they're parlor tricks, and so he kind of turns his nose up at them.
Right. And actually, we're not asking for the dog and pony show. We just want some way so that you can communicate with us, because we can feel your presence here a lot. And we thought this just might be an easier way for you to be able to use your energy to have conversations with us. Do you feel up to moving the candle flame tonight? Or not? Does anybody have any yes or no questions?
I'll get those dowsing rods out while we're doing this and
Yeah.
see anything out of that.
Anybody have a yes or no question?
Well, this thing jumped when he originally said Mr. Pike.
Did he? Mr. McPike, you with us? Are you down here tonight with us? Not here right now. He's not excited. So he doesn't respond to me real well. Anybody else getting problems? Oh, we got a problem
Likes
over
the
here.
girls.
Yeah.
Mr. McPike, are you happy with the turnout for this latest party at your wonderful mansion?
Yeah, we'll take them out.
The McPikes used to have, there's newspaper articles from the late 1800s, early 1900s of the magnificent picnics they held on the lawns of this place.
Henry was quite an entrepreneur in his own time. He owned over 700 pieces of property in the city of Alton. He had 2 fire insurance companies. He was mayor of Alton for 2 terms from 1887 to 1887 to 91. He also was a charter member of the Horticulture Society in the state of Illinois, and he developed and patented the McPike grape. I think one of the highlights of his life was in 1858 when he was on the committee to bring the Lincoln-Douglas debates here, and he was honored to be the Republican representative and sat on the platform with Abraham Lincoln. I'm going to let Sue talk about Abraham Lincoln in a little bit and his connection with that. But, okay. But at any rate, Henry was quite an important person in the city of Alton. He did a lot of good things for the community. There was the McPike Island, and actually it had a pavilion on it where people could go across and have picnics and things like that with their family. He also helped with getting the sidewalks and the fire department, and when they had a flood, helping with that. So our history books tell us that there is not enough good things that you could say about Henry McPike, that they couldn't possibly, it would fill a book. So he really did a lot of good things for the community of Alton. His first wife was Mary Amanda Novini Burns, and they had 5 children together. They had James, and this is James, and he was married to Jenny Wilkinson. She came up here from 76, Missouri, or Perry County, to go to high school. And the last picture is of their 2 daughters, Gertrude and Bertie. And we do know that Bertie and Jenny both lived to be 95 years old, so there was quite a bit of longevity in that family. In 1885, Henry married Nellie or Eleanor Moreland, and they had 1 daughter together, Moreland McPike. Nellie did outlive Henry since she was approximately 31 years younger than he was. And this picture here is a picture of his dad, John Mountain, who we believe to be one of the spirits of the house, and also Edmund and William. We do know that Henry died in this house. We also know that his father died in this house, and we also know that his mother-in-law, Liza, Mary's mother, died in this house.
Mr. McPike, are you in here?
Anybody in here that'd like to say something before we go? Is there any children with us tonight?
Come on and spike. If you're here, come on and spike. Make this move. Make it jump.
Would you like somebody to play with you?
Mary is pretty much a basket case thing. Because she's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she
Can you
so?
see her? Is there anybody by the well here? Anyone? You can talk to us, it's okay.
Well, if it gets raining too hard, I'll definitely go in there. It's just gonna be a funny sight to see me go out.
There's the McPike. Hi. And there is Debbie sitting in the chair. Debbie, can you turn this way for me?
Meh.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Yep. So that's what we're doing. Yep. 4:23 in the morning. It's raining. I'm in a tent.
But it's not raining that hard, it's just sprinkling.
It's sprinkling hard enough for me to not want to get wet. But anyway, yeah, so we're just laying here. I'm laying here, Debbie's sitting there watching the McPike Mansion, seeing if there's anything that's going to appear in the windows. We did get some strange happenings down in the cellar. Debbie felt like someone kept touching her hands, like they were holding her hand. I felt like someone was standing in front of me, hovering there, just staring at me. I felt complete darkness at one point, and then it started to get light, and I was seeing floaty, like, orbs of light. So, that's what I was seeing. We had a woman who freaked out because she had a spirit, not really in her, but she picked up on the spirit's emotions. And it really upset her, like she was crying nonstop and couldn't hardly breathe. So she had to kind of get the spirit off her, and then she still didn't feel right, so she left the cellar. So we did have some strange occurrences here tonight, and all in all, it's been a fun night, and I'm looking forward to doing this next year.